Welcome to Deliciously Motivated Mindset, hosted by Deborah and Moira. This podcast is designed to help listeners unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally, so they can thrive, not just survive. Deborah and Moira explore how natural tendencies don't always serve individuals and provide insights on how to harness existing strengths. Their goal is to equip listeners with the habits, mindset shifts, and strategies needed for lasting, meaningful change. Finding purpose and fulfillment can be challenging, but this podcast offers expert conversations, practical advice, and valuable tools to help align with a true sense of purpose and create a more fulfilling life. So grab a notebook, open your notes app, and get ready to take in some game-changing insights. Let's dive in.
Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Hi.
Hello, my dear. Here we are with another one of our deliciously motivated mindset conversations. And today is going to be a really good one. It's actually very timely too. Actually, we've said this before, that when Deb and I always have a conversation before we hit record. And so then we discuss what's going on. And then we say, oh, what are we talking about today? And then we look at the list and it's like, oh, that's exactly what we've just been talking about.
Today's a snorting one. And the reason I'm snorting is like, really? Of course, I can't ask for anything more than exactly that. Yes.
So we're going to talk about strategies to walk away with grace and ease. I really like that grace and ease idea.
But you feel it in your body.
You do.
You just go, yes, please, yes. I want that,
yes.
please.
More of that, please.
Yeah.
So let's set into that. We can set into grace and ease by coming into some heart coherence. Heart coherence is all about really just dropping down into your heart space. I already have one hand over my heart. You could put one hand or both hands over your heart and set the intention that you're going to breathe in and out of your heart space. Feel your chest rise and fall with your breath. And slow your breathing down a wee bit. So nice deep breath in. And long, slow breath out. Landing here in this space and time. Another nice deep breath in and out. Finding your natural rhythm of deep, calm, soothing breathing in and out, with the intention that you're breathing in and out of your heart space. By doing this, we actually create a force field, if you like, of loving energy all around us, 360 degrees around us, so we can live inside the bubble of our own loving energy. Take another deep breath, breathe that in. Feel the support of whatever you're sitting or standing on. Really landing all of your awareness right into this moment, into your body. And allow yourself to be enveloped by a wee bit of a sense of grace and ease while we get ready to start riffing about strategies to walk away with grace and ease. So we encourage you to grab a note-taking device of your choosing, and let's get started with this idea. Strategies to walk away with grace and ease. I think what I'd like to talk about a wee bit first is, what does this idea of walking away mean to you, Deb? What does that bring to your mind?
Well, that's funny, because I was thinking, what's your idea of grace and ease? I think when I think about walking away, it's not stomping away.
Yes.
I think when
the grace and ease is gliding away.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, because I know, well, I mean, I'm human, by the way, that I'm aware of. But I mean, I know sometimes when things happen and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk away.
Right. Yeah.
I can feel that, and it's definitely not grace and ease if anyone watches or feels my heartbeat or hears my heartbeat or anything, even if I try and put on a persona. But it's that walking away going, I just can't do it anymore. I just have to protect my soul. I just have to I just have to do what feels right for me, no matter what the complication is for other people.
Yeah.
Would is that how you would say it?
Yeah, I agree with you because you see, I think that sometimes we get into situations where it's contentious. It's not
Mm,
serving us. So maybe we've sat and done that, the three questions. The is this good for me? Yes or no? Is it
yeah.
good for me to stay here? Yes or no? Is it good
Mm,
for them if I stay here? Yes or no? And do I want to? Yes or no? Those are my three questions. And so sometimes it's the realization of contention can actually be, oh, hey, wait, I haven't checked in to see
mm.
if it's good for me to stay here or walk away. Is it good? Right. And so those answers can actually help you say, I forgive you, I let this go, and now I am going to gracefully walk out the door, or, you know, have I'm as I'm describing this, I'm hearing the reverse alarm going beep, 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 beep,
Yeah, that's
gracefully
exactly it.
reversing out of here.
I think when we think about even those three questions, sometimes they can be so overwhelming. Well, it is three questions. Those three questions can be overwhelming, but they don't actually have to be. And you just have to go, what's the first thought?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, we know we're all overthinkers. To even think that you're not an overthinker is just a little bit cray cray
We
anyway.
bit BS.
Yeah, yeah. We're all overthinkers, but I think when it comes to this, is this good for me? Yes, because I want to do it. Yeah, like, yeah. And
Mhm.
then as soon as you hear that, you're like, well, I've already answered the third question. Do I want to do it?
Right.
The second question is often the one that catches us, is it good for others? Oh. So the moment you get that, oh,
Hmm.
you actually have to say no.
Right.
The
Yep.
whole thing is a no
Yep.
because it has to be a yes, and this is where our overthinking goes, but hang on, let me work it out. Let me do the benefits. Let me do this. Let me link it. Let me do all those mindset things that I've got to do
Mhm.
to get a yes to that. No.
No, no, because that's such a drain. This idea of walking away
Yeah,
with grace
that's
and
it.
ease is you're not draining your energy.
That's it. And
Yeah.
and the moment you start, you everything clenches. I was going to give you a picture of what was clenching at that moment. You can go there, people. I'm not going to say it, but we know what that is. Everything clenches in your like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's a no,
Yeah.
please. It's a no, and you have to listen to that. Now, you can do all the mindset work on it. Like I'm not saying don't do any mindset work, but I'm just saying right now, wipe it, wipe it, and then it has to be a trust thing.
Yes. Trust has to come in here. Look at
And
that.
I think it has to come in straight after those three questions,
I agree.
just because it's like, oh no, no, I don't want to, no, I don't, no, 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 it's not good for, no, no, oh, let me do, and then you jump into all strategy, strategy, strategy. But as Moira says, it's that drain, and the grace and ease is where we want to be flowing. So it's the trust that the answer may change, but not right now.
Hmm.
It may change. You may unconsciously do a mindset exercise that's going to unlock it. That's okay because right now you can't think of anything worse than doing it. If it's going to upset the family, it's going to upset others, and we're not here to help you. See, that's the grace and ease. We don't want you destroying things around to get the job done. So just that trust has to come in um, after this.
Yep. And so leading right on from that, the point that I wanted to bring into this is trust is such an important piece because if you're in a situation where you know beyond the shadow of a doubt, you just know intrinsically it's not good for me to be here. This isn't serving me. There's an energy drain. So you then trust this isn't the right thing for me. But the point I want to bring into our conversation here is you don't have to explain yourself,
Oh, I'm
right?
sorry. Yes.
Right, because right there we go right back into another energy drain because there's such a
There's no grace and
propensity.
ease.
Yeah, there
There's
is
no
no,
grace.
nope, nope.
The grace and ease are like water and oil compared to explanation. It's a no.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you see, if you really own It's like you being the boss of you, and you
Mm,
own, you know what, this just isn't resonating, it's not vibing. Good. Own it. Step away. You
yeah.
don't then, because the propensity then is to explain and want somebody to say, it's okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's
Mm,
not the right thing for you. But nobody gets to say that. It's like you can't give authority for what's right for you. And that's why why I keep coming back to trust is so important. Or you're
mm.
not here to convince other people or to enroll people into your way of thinking or what is your energy, right?
I I think even just when you said no explanation, I want from that. I love how these just flow. Um,
Mm.
I love that I think just check in with yourself. What's the validation that you think you're requiring here?
Oh, that's yeah, perfect. Yeah.
And I think when you go, oh, I just need to explain this or I need to do this, da da da, it's like, okay, let's just check in what's that validation. Is it because they're family? Is it because you feel you owe them in some way? Is it because now you may not have an answer to that? Like, oh, I haven't got an answer. What's going on? Like, I understand that, but just check in and then we go back to trust.
Yep.
Trust is going to appear, that answer's going to appear. But you can just be aware. And I think when it comes to the validation, you go, oh, I do this with my mum all the time, or I do this with my dad, or like anyone. It's like, okay, I now realize I
Hmm.
check for their validation. I wonder where that comes from. And that's that curiosity that comes in. And I think because that the curiosity is definitely a grace and ease for me.
Absolutely, I agree. Yeah.
And but please check in and just check in with yourself. Oh, this is interesting. I've done this. I've put them first the last couple of times. I wonder what's going on there. Um, from that. But I'm going to throw another one in a sideball here, and then more because otherwise I'm going to forget it.
Mm.
I could probably write it down, but it's blame. And what I've learned over the years, and this comes from Dr. John DeMartini, is there's 3 steps of blame. Step 1 is you blame yourself. No, no, sorry, get that one wrong. Step 1 is you blame
Blame
others.
others. Yeah.
Blame others. Then you blame yourself. And then you evolve.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3. And
One,
it's
two,
really
three.
interesting. And just if you can remember, I can't believe I got that mixed up around the wrong way. It's quite funny. But when you're looking at blaming others, just go, you know what? Okay. Okay.
I know
I do.
where I am on that sequence.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
and you're like, well, actually, I validate. I go for this. I check in with my mum all the time on this, all the time. Well, I don't, not me, but I check in with my mum. Okay, so actually, I'm blaming my mum. My mum set that
Mhm.
up, and then you go, well, actually, it's me. I set it up, but it's actually a blame. It's
Yes.
not a oh, I choose to do this because at that stage you're not because then you're going, well, I do this. I do this because of this. Da, da, da. And there's that blame, blame, blame cycle, and then you go, okay, I'm ready to let it go with grace and ease
I was going to say evolve.
and
Evolving
evolve.
is grace and ease, right?
Absolutely, and that's it. And I know when I get tight or tense or something's coming in, that's one of the big things that I do is I check in, I go, where's my blame scale? Tick, tick,
Mhm.
tick. And I go, huh, okay, I've gone straight to blame myself, or I've gone straight and I'm like, okay, let it go. And I literally just say, let it go.
Yeah. Just
And that's it. And I go back to that trust. I trust that it's going to work. I say, let it go. I don't go, right, I need to do 30 lashings of myself. I need to go sit in a corner. I need to
yes.
do like whatever that punishment you want to do.
Mm.
I'm gonna punish them. Anything like that. It just, okay, done. I've recognized that I can see it. Done. Letting it go. And I think, yeah. Does that all make sense?
It really does. I like that a lot. Of course, you know I'm all about the letting go too. My
Yeah. Yeah.
my letting go process.
Moira has a letting go process.
I do.
Absolutely.
But that so assessing where are you? What's the what's the quality of the thinking process that's going on for you? And then just notice, oh, there's where I am. I'm blaming myself or I'm blaming others.
Beautiful.
And
I know it's just that beautiful
hey,
curiosity, but as soon as you see it, as soon as you go, it just literally shuts down
yeah,
so much. You go, oh, I'm blaming my mum for that. Well, Mum doesn't even know I'm doing it, so how can I blame my mum? Well, okay, Deborah, right. Next step, blame yourself. Well, I haven't got time to blame myself, so then the third one is letting go. Righto,
Let it go and evolve.
evolve. Yeah, so then it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go to step 3, and it can be that quick.
Yeah, for sure. It's about
Yeah.
staying present to what's going on and having a compassionate. So there's a piece in here too about having a compassionate relationship with you, knowing that you're always doing the best you can. Oh,
Mm.
there's the 4 agreements.
Yeah.
Before we get too far away from having talked about curiosity,
Yeah.
being curious about the you know blaming others or ascribing responsibility somewhere else, it makes it. I've just wanted to sort of bring in self-worth in there,
Ooh.
right? Because
Ooh.
because
That
it's
should be
like
in.
if you're needing somebody to say you did right, or
Mm,
congratulations, or I'm proud of you, or that then tells me that you might be feeling like I'm not good enough. I I
mm,
I can only accept myself if somebody tells me that I'm good enough.
mm.
So that was to lead on from you. You said what is the validation you're needing here, and then we were suggesting to bring in some curiosity, but compassionate curiosity with a sense of if I'm needing external validation, then I am diluting or not claiming my own sovereign nature. We are all worthy beyond measure, right?
Mm.
Wouldn't you
I
say?
think, yeah, totally. And I think I'm just because we were talking about that, I'm gonna just bring in laughter, fun, joy, spark,
Yeah.
whatever that is, because for me, I mean, I'm laughing all the time. I'm laughing, and whether it's a false laugh or not, doesn't feel like a false laugh. Someone tells me something and I do giggle. Someone tells me a little bit of trauma and I giggle away.
She does. When if I watch her, if I start talking
Don't
about
tell me
my
about the story of
breaking my
falling
arm,
down the stairs.
yeah, and she always cracks up. Well, I don't know.
Oh, that actually instantly brought tears to my eyes. What a horrible person. Literally, the tears just came to the corner of my eyes then when she told me. I knew what she was going to say.
Good job, I
Crikey.
love her so much, right?
Look, you can tell me trauma in these times. I mean, I did hear a sad story recently and I did go, oh gosh. And even my partner said to me when we got off the call, my partner said, can't believe you didn't laugh. And I went, why would I laugh at that? Like I was mortified you thought I was going to laugh. It was a pretty sad story. Anyway, I've actually still got my tears in my eyes from that. But I want people to, but that doesn't minimize that I don't,
No,
does that,
no,
no, no.
no, not at all.
I've
Not
got
at
more
all.
tears. It's not here to minimize. It's actually here to just put a bit of spark. I don't do it intentionally. It just happens in my body. I mean, I remember getting told off very severely when I worked at the council, and my boss told me off, and I could feel it in my body, just coming up from the core, going, "Don't laugh, don't laugh,
Right,
don't
right,
laugh."
right.
You're so being told off right now, like you've never been told off by a boss before. And then I just started to giggle. And anyway, it definitely it stopped the thing, but she was like, "Why are you laughing?" And I said, "I think I'm nervous." And then anyway, just she tried to tell me off, and so then we just laughed. And she said, "You're the most unique person I've ever told off before." That just makes us both laugh at the end of it. Her point was definitely there, and her point was valid. Oh my God, her point was valid. I had so done what I did, but yeah,
So you did need to get told off. But I
I did
really
get-
like I do like what you're talking what you're bringing in, because I'm saying that to me is part of compassion, is bringing in some lightness, some fun,
I
some
can't.
some glitter, some giggle, but it's not laughing at. It's
Oh, I'm not.
actually, to me, it's
Oh
about.
no, I was laughing at you for falling down the
Yeah,
stairs,
I know
but no.
you are. I know.
I know what you mean when I'm saying I'm laughing at.
It's about raising the vibration. Because it's making me think of a story. My dad used to always my dad was such an angry man. He was angry, 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 angry. But he
Yeah.
was very, very serious. Whereas me, I wanted things light. So there was this
Yeah.
time where he was really under pressure. He was a baker. And so he's really under pressure, running around doing all this stuff because we were entertaining him.
I'm
And we
already
all had
laughing, thinking of
tasks.
thank God he was your father, not mine.
But we all had tasks to do. And I was
Yeah.
I was doing my task listening to the radio. And so he came in and he's all stressed out, smoke coming out of his ears because he's all so pressured. And he's like, what's going on with this? And what's going on with this? And I turned around and I repeated it back in a song. I was
Oh,
singing to light. I mean, gosh, I was a very
Rick.
responsible, busy, hardworking girl. And he just lost it. He is so angry. And then it became a thing. Don't ask Moira serious questions because she's just going to make it into a song.
I think that's even funny. I just have to say, listeners, we talked about adding a few things into our world that's a bit different, and Moira has found a choir. I'm just going to throw that out there. Moira's Moira's found this, and so she's a singer. She loves singing,
I do
and
love
she hasn't
singing.
joined. Just everybody, it was just a little. It was just a
Yeah,
little.
it
It
was
was
a
a
tap
lean
on my
in.
shoulder. Yep.
Yeah, it was a little lean in, and I can just, and when she said, I'm like, oh my God, that would so be you. That was so. So when you're saying that, I can imagine Dad getting, because you can just see him getting so angry, and you're
Yeah, yeah.
just singing
And I
back.
just sang. But I mean, the point was everything was taken care of. And I
Yeah.
remember that whole incident thinking, gosh, I prefer to do it my way. This-
But that's it. And I think life is serious if we want to lean in, or life can be fun. It is up to you. And there's a time and a place when to laugh and when not to. I
Yes.
say that and I look at myself. There is a time and a place. But if you can't laugh at yourself, you're
Hmm.
literally going to you're literally going to manifest more moments to laugh. It's just going to be the universe is just going to go, right, we have to give her some stuff, more stuff to laugh at, that she's going to have to laugh, and it's going to be extreme. So just that laughter, that joy, life is amazing when we see it, and you can choose to
Yeah.
see it anyway. But I think when we were talking about this, I was thinking about the PEMS,
Mm,
and we don't
definitely. I knew that
often.
that needed to come in.
Yeah, we don't often talk about the PEMS as much now as we do, but they are the four pillars, they are the four concrete blocks that we stand on that houses us, which is your physical, emotional, mental, and your spiritual. And if any of those are out of order, like if somebody's had an argument with you, you're going to react differently when you move out of that environment to somewhere else. You know, you might feel like you're taking on their like whatever it is, but your PEMS is out. If you've had a poor sleep, you're going to think differently. Your judgment's going to be different. You know, if there's something, any of these things, if you've read something or seen something and it's triggered something in your mind of a past story or something, these are the things that are going to break down or chip down on your pillars. And we just want those pillars strong, clear, certain. And the key is to balance our PEMS
Yeah.
constantly.
And keep coming back. So one of my favorite questions, another one of my favorite questions, and this is a beautiful way to keep checking back in with your PEMS, is to ask yourself, and I actually encourage you to put your hand over your heart to do this one, is how do I feel about myself here?
Yeah.
Right? And so we're talking about strategies to walk away with grace and ease. So how do I feel about myself in this environment, doing
Yeah.
these things, listening to this conversation? And what we're looking for is we're just kind of assessing how do I feel physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. But this is a beautiful way to get in touch with your own intuitive nature, which then it's about trusting, right? So this is also about trusting. So how do I feel about myself here? I feel really bit nervous. I feel a bit edgy. I feel a bit um uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that might be because it's not the right place for you to be.
And well, I think I'm adding on to that one. It's be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
How do I feel about myself? Nah, okay, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. No, 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 no,
You're funny. That one didn't even occur to me because
Well,
to
I'm
me, it's like,
honest.
I
Uh,
am too.
oh, I can't lie to me because my body will tell me, it'll be like, you dick, Deborah. Like, I can literally, as soon as I say something, I'm like, huh, and then and my mind will go, and I'll go, righto, okay, 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 and I resolve it as quick as I can. But I think that's the other thing is ensure that you are being honest.
Yes,
Just
and
really make sure.
that you can say, I feel scared, I feel weary, I feel worried. This reminds me of I used to lead these group sessions many years ago, and so I would always start it off by saying, "How are you feeling?" And you're not allowed to use the F word. And I would say that on purpose because I wanted to see what people's reaction was.
Yeah.
Don't use the F word. And they looked and I wouldn't have used it. And I'm like,
And
yeah,
they would look at me and say, we know what Edward she's thinking. They would look at Moira and go, oh, she wouldn't dare say that. That wouldn't be
she wouldn't say
Moira.
that. It's fine. I'm
Ex-
saying you're not to say I'm fine.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yep. No F word here.
I think yeah, but it is you must be honest with yourself because that's the key factor here for us to move into this space. Just yeah, just be honest because if you're not honest, that's where you get stung the most.
Well, because it's only you that pays the price,
Mm.
right? It's only you that so it's like, oh gosh, if I say I feel wobbly or I feel unsure or I feel anxious, what's the
That's
point
okay.
of it is all of these are valid,
Yeah, I
but
think
they
that's the
can
thing.
also inform something, right?
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is this whole be curious, be honest, because it does give you all the guidelines of what's happening.
Yeah,
It explains so much more. And I think when you're present, when you're really present, you can see, you can feel a lot more
absolutely. And that's got to be a tip or a strategy completely
on
on
its
its own
own.
because staying present, and I often have conversations with clients about this. Staying present is where your power is. It's where your ability to recognize, is this a situation I need to walk away from, or is this something that I'm working through, and finding that grace and ease. Because if we get caught up, maybe we're in a funk, or we're feeling down, or we're ruminating about things that happened in the past, or we're getting anxious and worried about like how it's going to unfold in the future.
Mhm.
Nobody's home here,
Yeah.
right? And so being present allows you to interact with what's really happening as opposed to
Mm.
listening to stories. Don't be telling yourself stories about oh, I know what's going on here because this has happened the last time, right?
You're listening to Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, here to help listeners unlock their full potential so they can thrive, not just survive. They've shared some very powerful insights so far, so it's time to take a moment to breathe, reflect, and jot down any key takeaways. What's one piece of advice that stands out to apply right away? Before wrapping up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from everyone. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback, and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how listeners are putting these insights into practice. Let's dive back in and finish strong.
Well, I think, yes. And I think when we were just talking about being present, I went back to the time I was sitting outside, and I'm sure I told you about that. I was sitting outside with a coffee and we had a rabbit in the background, blah, 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 in the backyard. And we had to sit out I had to sit out the front and let the dogs have their go. And I sat there and as I sat there trying to be as present as I could,
Yeah.
and then I realized that the tree, the bush in front of me was poking out of um the trellis, and then this was happening and this was happening, and I had all these things that I wanted to do, and I was like, oh, I'll message them now while I'm sitting down. Um, that's not present. And I
Nope.
didn't trust. I didn't trust. So being present is so if you feel you're getting or if you have to practice presence like that, just stop. I mean, for me, I should have ideally, but it's given me a great little story to tell everybody again. Is actually just stop and trust. Just go, okay, okay, it'll come. It'll
Yeah.
come. Just if I need to grab my phone and do this text message right now, let's just do that. But
Yeah.
that's still, and that will shut my brain down to be present.
Right.
But I was more determined. I was working overtime to stay in the moment, and I was pushing really hard to stay in the moment and do it this way than actually grace and ease. It
Yep.
was it was so hard. But I think that's that staying present. And if you feel you're going off, just that's okay. Just do something and come back to presence. Nobody can be present 24/7.
Nope.
No one can be present with everything 24/7. You know, Dalai Lama, they can't be. I just know that for a fact. And know that for yourself. You can't. But stay present. And if something comes in, that's okay. Trust. And Moira does the two fingers or three fingers, is it?
Yeah. Two fingers on your forehead and just a little circular motion. Just I'll get back to that.
I
Uh,
told mum that. I mean, I was telling mum, oh, mum, I was having this thing. And she said, oh, you need to be present with yourself. And I was like, mum doesn't talk like that, by the way.
no,
Okay.
she doesn't.
I know yeah, she doesn't. And I was like, well, actually, this is what Moira does. She's like, oh, that's a good idea. And I was like, no, hang on. It was me. Actually, no, it's not Moira. Don't take Moira's advice. Listen to me. I'm your daughter. You should be listening to me. But I had to
Should.
giggle because mum, yeah, yeah. But mum was like, oh, that's a good idea. So it's just getting the two fingers and
Yeah.
rubbing.
And just rubbing while you're sort of saying to yourself, I acknowledge that. Like I acknowledge that I have to remember that. I have to remember this. I have to get that done. I have to go there. I have to do these things. Yep, got it. Just acknowledging to yourself and then let go.
And it's a
Coming
trust,
back.
and it's a trust that
It is.
it's and that's it. And then let go.
And then let go. Yep.
Yeah.
What I just
Thank you.
listening to what you were talking about, because you're right. It would be nice to think that we could be completely present and in the moment, in the now moment at all
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
It's not. But so I invite you to be fluid and flexible with yourself.
Mm.
Fluid and flexible. Doesn't that feel nice? I like that idea. Fluid and
Just
flexible. It's like, oh,
feels right. Yeah, just
look at what's going on. And oh,
feels right. Yeah.
here's another thing I can take care of. Or here's something else I'm going to put off to the side until later.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm. Yeah.
There's a sense of compassion in here too.
Yeah.
Because knowing, well, you know what comes to my mind as I was saying that is what you've talked before about, that everything, obstacles are on your way, not in your way.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's to always, because the other part around this too, and I'm thinking back to what you were talking about when you were saying about blame, is to always remember that life is happening through you. It's not happening to you.
Mm.
When we get caught in a cycle of blame, it's because all these things are happening to us,
Yeah.
right? But it's like, no, everything's happening through us and for us, by us, right?
I think that what I'm giggling because recently there's been one of my colleagues has said to me, Deborah, who's the common denominator here? And when I'm like, this is happening, then she's like, who's the common denominator here? Well, we all know it's going to be me. And
Of
it's
course.
me because I'm the one telling the story. So clearly it's going to be me. Like, don't be a cheat. Of course it's going to be me because it's, you're not having this conversation with anyone else. But that goes back to that, okay, who's the common denominator here? Me.
Yep.
Okay. And just acknowledging that and then see things as moving through us as the awakener again.
I like that as the awakener.
It is an awakener. It is like, okay, I can see it. Giggle, giggle, giggle.
Yeah, see, there you come right back into the lightness of being. And I think that that's such an important part when we're talking about walking away with grace and ease. It's kind of like, you know what? This paradigm, this situation, this experience served its
Mm,
purpose. I acknowledge it. I take responsibility and ownership for my part, but now I'm going to gracefully step away or step into the next chapter or the next phase, or right.
yeah, and I think when I think about grace and ease, I'm going to go back to that first thing at the very start when I said, what is grace and ease? When I think about this, sometimes you lose your shite.
Well, there's that too.
I'll just be honest. Sometimes you lose your shite. Um, and sometimes that's needed.
Hmm.
So you can grace an ease and go, that's okay, honey. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And then one day you're just going to go, for frick's sake.
Freaking hell.
Are you serious? How many times do I have to tell you? But also know sometimes people need a wake up call, but also you do.
Hmm.
Because it gets to that grace and ease of it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Sometimes there's got to be some rattling of the cage. And and that and that is still another level of grace and ease
It is.
in a way, because it just wakes you up to what's truly like, okay, I'm done. I've been talking about this for so long. Okay, I'm done. And sometimes we just need that. How many times do you need the slap until you can actually wake up and go, you know what? This is not right. I've been missing these signs. I've done this, this, and this. Let's look at it differently or whatever. So just remember the grace and ease doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily mean floating around like a fairy, if I could put it that way. Sometimes the ogre just has to stomp to wake you up.
Yeah. But you see, the key piece in that, so we've talked about this before. I believe that every one of our emotions that we experience, all the emotions on exist on an
Mm,
emotional scale. Anger, irritation, um, hopelessness and helplessness and
mm,
explosion, they're all
yeah.
there. But so the key piece is to have it, to feel it, to
Mm,
to honor it, to
mm,
respect it, but not hold on to it. So to your point, sometimes you do just have to have that explosion. Don't take it personally. Don't make it somebody else's fault either, right?
yeah.
So have it, shake it off. I've said this to clients before too, is if you're starting to feel angry, have the anger, feel the anger. Can it
Yeah.
be the fire in your belly to do something in a different way? Maybe it is to say, the chapter
Yeah.
is done and I'm walking away. But if you're not stomping away, you might let the anger be the fire that says, enough.
Mm.
I read the room, I read the signs, not taking anything personally, not projecting anything, but saying thank you very much, and I'm going to gracefully find the exit. Right?
Yeah, and with that, I know we've got to move on, people, so don't look at the clock, people. But as I just saw it went, whoops. Um, I think with that is also going, why has it taken me a year to get to this point?
Know
That's
why?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just avoid, yeah, know why. Just avoid that when that question comes in. That's a hamster wheel that you just go round and round on a roller coaster. So why did it take me this long? How many times do I need to have had this lesson? Da da da. It's not a lesson, it's experience, it's part of who you are. You had to go through that to who you are here today. So I think that's that other part is just go, it's perfect timing. And
Mm,
going back to what Moira said, things are not on the way, they're on the way. And
yeah.
when we can see that, why does it take me this long? It's like, actually stop looking at the why. What's the blessing here? What's the gift? What's the opening? What's the opportunity that's come from this? And what even what's the perfect timing of it happening right now?
Right. Yeah.
Just so we can let it and they are all part of that letting go, because if well, we're talking about strategies to walk away with grace and ease, it is just literally like, okay,
Mhm.
don't beat yourself up again. Oh, I'm blaming myself, or I'm blaming them, or all of those things, because it's 1 year ago I had the pink flag and I saw it as a green flag, and
Right.
now,
Right.
like, I should have known
Should
better.
have known better. Yeah.
Yeah, should. God, there's so many tips in here that we didn't bullet point when I think about it, but here we are.
Here we
Here
are.
we are.
Mhm.
Here we are. We are wrapping this up. I love when I say wrapping this up, because clearly Maura and I could talk for 2 or 3 hours just
I,
literally on
I think
this.
so. Yep. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's a given. So you can't walk away from us, people, but
No,
we're
we'll
going to
just keep
be.
talking in your ear.
Yeah, that's it. And you go chip, chip, chip. So we're going to give you our strategies to walk away with grace and ease. We're going to sum up what we've said. So grab that note-taking device unless you're driving,
Mhm.
and then let's lean into this. Moira, you're number one. Did you know?
So,
Because I just put a hashtag and I didn't put anything beside it. So clearly number one.
so I think the first one we were talking about what walking away was, and this was your
Oh,
tip was to walk away, not stomp away. You just get to the point of I can't do it anymore, and so it's just a
Yeah.
owning it, owning the energy, and saying, okay, it's not for me anymore. I'm walking away.
Yeah.
No
What
tantrum there.
did you actually give me a tip of what walk away looked like for you? I didn't think I think I just answered that one with your question. What was your
I think that what I went into to talking about was the three questions
Oh
to
yeah,
assess.
then the next
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
three questions the three
The
the three
three.
I can't even say it now. The three questions, which are in a lovely, beautiful love heart note on my computer here. And this
Mhm.
says, is this good for me? Is this good for others? Do I want to? And all three must be a yes,
Yep,
must be an immediate yes.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. Any wobbles, that's a no. And it's
Yeah.
okay to have a no,
Mm,
because the next step is trust.
yeah.
So trust that if we if if you feel that your energy is being sapped or tapped into or yeah, drained, then it's
Yeah.
time for you to walk away. And that's to trust, even if your head might say, oh, but I have to explain it, or these people need me to stay here, or like
Yeah.
that's getting into the blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
trust,
Yeah.
right?
Which, yes. And then we talk about when Moira said, then it gets into the blah, blah, blah. My next tip I have here is, or next strategy is no explanation.
Yeah. Don't need to explain it to anybody.
The
Just
moment you start explaining, even just stop mid-sentence, even
yeah.
if it feels
Yeah.
stupid, like even you go, well, the reason I did this, just stop.
Yep.
Literally, just
That,
stop right there. Who
that's it.
cares if that's it? Well, there was this one time. Oh,
Nope.
yeah, okay. I just can't do it.
Yep.
You just stop
Just
mid-sentence. I would respect
exactly.
someone way more if they recognize it and they stop mid-sentence. I would go, okay, yeah, well
Yep.
done, well
Good
done,
for you.
well done on
Good for
the
you.
evolution right there.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Good
No
evolution
explanation.
here.
Yeah.
And from there, the next one is this is Deb said this one, I really like this, is to get clear on what's the validation that you're needing here.
Mm,
Because if you've got that propensity, oh, I have to explain and I have to get these people to see why I'm saying I need to walk away or this
mm,
isn't fitting, what's the validation that you need there? Right? So it's about coming into that, just that awareness. And maybe that could be the press pause. Like you start
yeah.
to explain yourself and you go, oh wait, what's the validation I need here? Oh, I don't need any.
Yeah, and it's
Right?
and it is that curiosity, that beautiful curiosity that makes you lean in, but lean in a nice kind of way.
Yes, with
Way. And that's
kindness,
yeah, and that's where we talked about self-worth.
self-worth. Yeah.
I had to put a an arrow,
Arrow.
don't know where to put an arrow back up because our self-worth does wrap into that validation and that curiosity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Most definitely. And then from there, you talked about we talked about blame, about the
Mm,
three levels of blame. First of all, we blame others.
mm,
Second, we blame ourselves. And third, we evolve. So that's such a beautiful, um, just a beautiful piece of insight that we can say, oh, look, I'm blaming other people. Okay, moving on to the next step. Oh, now I can evolve and just let it all go.
but it's that quick. You don't.
Yeah.
It can be that quick as soon as you. Yeah, and this is where. Oh no, that wasn't the next one I did. Yeah. Like, hang on, all like I know where we're talking. I know where we're going, but yes, the blame is just a yeah. Pardon interrupting you.
That's okay. Yeah. So
Compassion.
Compassion.
Compassion. Be compassionate about yourself and the relationship you have with you. You are
Hmm.
the listener right now, you're even more important than me in your mind. I not to me you're not, by the way. But you are the most important person in your world to yourself, and you must be compassionate with yourself to have that beautiful, uplifting, thoughtful gentleness, grace and ease relationship with yourself.
That's when and I've been referencing this word a lot of late, is that to remember that you are a sovereign being. That's all about
Mm,
that self-worth, but you are a sovereign being. We all are.
yeah.
And so we deserve our own attention and consideration first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
Then the next one is then when Deb's talked about laughter and fun and snorting. I actually added glitter and gratitude to that too.
Oh, yes.
Because when we lighten, and that's when I told you that story about my dad getting really mad at me making up a song.
I tell you what, if you were my sister and I watched that, I would have to leave the room because and you'd hear me laughing. As soon as I'd turn around, you'd hear me laughing, going, "Oh, Dad's gonna get angry with you," but I think it's really funny. Dad needs to calm the farm.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
Good old Dad. Good
Good
old
old
Dad. Bless
dad.
him. Bless him, bless him, bless him, bless his little cotton socks. But actually, even when you just mentioned gratitude, we haven't got a whole separate point for gratitude.
No,
And
we
I
didn't.
think and I think I'm just going to bullet point that to a specific bullet point because gratitude is so important. What's the gift this has given me? What's the experience this has given me? What's the up leveling? And when we can turn any trauma to gratitude, your heart is filled. Your
Hmm.
heart is filled with the joy, the laughter, the spark, the aliveness again, being alive, the
Yep,
feeling of being alive instead of feeling dead.
yep,
I don't
yep,
know how to word that just came out that way. But that is that part of
yep,
that.
yep.
Um, the next
Definitely.
one I have is PEMS,
Mm.
physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And and just checking in with those, um, being your four pillars, if they're out of order, it's literally well, hashtag state the obvious. No wonder I'm cranky because I've had 2 hours sleep, or no
Yeah.
wonder I'm cranky because I haven't eaten today, or I mean, I was just about to put my hand up. Who knows that they need a coffee every morning? I don't have a coffee. I have a sachet coffee, so it's not really a real coffee. But there's people who just need a coffee every day to function,
Mm.
and they're like, "Don't talk to me. I haven't had my coffee," or "Don't talk to me. I
Right.
haven't eaten breakfast," or "Don't talk." You're like this is it, and this is their PEMS. They know the understanding of PEMS. You're like, okay, that explains it. If you're looking to find strategies to walk away with grace and ease, check in with your PEMS.
Yeah. Mine's
Yeah.
is mine's is don't talk to me until I've had my meditation.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
me. That's me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And leading on from the PEMS, a really beautiful question I like to use is, how does this make me feel about me? And that actually not only helps you get in touch with your intuition, but it also helps you check in. How does it make me feel about me physically, emotionally, mentally, and
Mm,
spiritually? And
yeah.
use that as a navigational tool, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I added in from that one was be honest.
That's right. Which I thought
Because
was funny because it never dawned on me that
oh,
people
that's
would
what you
lie to
said that. I'm like,
themselves.
I know. I haven't got time to lie to myself. My head is
No.
like, but people do like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, uh-huh. What? You're not just lying to me. You're lying to. So be honest with that. Be
Right.
honest with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And from there, we talked about staying present, that
Mm.
staying present and not making up stories, because sometimes we can make up stories about, well, the last time I was in this type of situation, or,
Yeah.
in the future. So, but nobody's home. So as best you can, stay present. And we actually talked about that it's a given that you need to keep practicing that. That's why it's a
Mm.
practice. Staying present. We keep coming back
Yeah.
to it, right?
Yes. 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 The next one is yeah. Who's the common denominator here?
Oh, whoops, that would be me.
Yeah, and that's taking ownership again. Just take ownership. Just take ownership. It's much easier. It's much easier just to take ownership and part of that moving on, letting
Yeah,
go. Just the grace and ease, even if it feels uncomfortable, take ownership. See your role.
absolutely. But that's when
Throw
I
some
would I
laughter
was
in there.
some laughter, some sparkle. But that's when I
Yeah.
said also to be fluid and flexible with yourself.
Mm,
And because I said that remembering that all obstacles are on your way, not in your way. But
yeah.
that, yeah, who is the common denominator here? Okay, but that's not to beat you up.
No. Yeah,
That's
none of
saying
this is
fluid and
what we're saying.
flexible. Like, oh, I need a coffee. I need I need to go for a walk. Right?
I need to sprinkle my glitter. Yes.
Yes.
And the last one, did you have anything on the last one? I just had grace and ease.
Oh no, there was two more here.
Oh, okay.
That you maybe you didn't write it down because you got so into this one because you talked about sometimes you lose your shite.
Oh, oh yes, that's why, because I was like, what is grace and ease? Grace and ease can look like losing your shite.
It can, and that's when we talked about that all emotions you need to feel them, express them, but don't hold on to them, right? So it's about flowing with them. And then the last one that we talked about was that everything's happening in perfect timing. So we also really encourage you to release any propensity to stay. Why? Why did it take me this long to figure this part out? It's all
Why?
good.
Why is a whinging train that you're on? And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
that's painful. That is so
Yes.
painful. That's painful for everyone around and yourself, by the
Yep.
way.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Um,
Just
Moira's
pull
like,
the brake
okay,
on that one.
yeah, that's it. Just much easier, much
Yep.
easier. Uh, so, listeners, this is our podcast. Clearly, we are wrapping up. We are wrapping up. And I just want to give a little reminder. Actually, no, I'm going to say, yeah, I am. I'm going to give you a little reminder because we have a competition going right now.
Mhm.
Don't forget
Oh,
that because
we
we
need
have
a
it.
drum roll.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I do that, the dogs will hear me. Is
Yeah.
that close enough?
That'll
Yeah.
do.
We have a competition. Now we're going to put it in the chat just so you can be very clear about my language, about what our competition is.
Yeah,
But
it's in the description of this episode that you're listening to.
yeah, that's
There. Yeah.
because Moira does the descriptions, I don't. So that's so it's extremely clear. But we have a competition because we celebrated our 300th episode, and it's pretty freaking cool.
It
It's
is.
pretty freaking cool. So look at the description and it'll give you that competition and follow those instructions. And there
And
we
good
go.
luck to you. Good
Oh
luck
yeah,
to
and good luck. Yeah,
you.
and good luck. Yeah, that's always a helpful one. Good luck to you for that. So before I wrap up, of course, the yogi tea bags.
Yogi tea
The yogi
bags.
tea bags. What is our yogi tea bag saying to? I
So
think we have to contact Yogi and actually say, do you think we should contact Yogi and say we promote your?
yeah,
I think.
would you like to be a sponsor of our podcast?
Yeah, I think it's time for us to reach out to Yogi. Yogi.
Yogi. This one says personal growth lies within the unknown. Courage permits you to explore this space. That's
Oh.
good, isn't it?
Oh, say that again. Oh
Personal
yeah.
growth lies within the unknown. Courage permits you to explore this space. Well, with
Oh,
grace and ease, of course.
yeah, we're crazy. Oh,
That's good, eh?
yeah. So uh let's be courageous today, people, and
Yes.
every other day for the rest of your life. Um,
Yes.
that's a goodie. Of course it's a goodie. Of
Of course
course
it
it's a
is.
goodie. Our famous yogi tea bags. Yeah. Oh, that's a goodie, goodie, goodie. Crikey, crikey. Well, this is our strategies to walk with grace and ease. As you know, I do ask you one last tip, and that's if you like today, the next step is have a think about this. Are you giving life everything you've got? Are you giving life everything you've got? And even if you say yes, I'm going to call you on that. No, there's more. There's more. I'm just going to let you know. But what's one thing you'll actually do today. Like, what's one legit thing you're going to do today that's going to move that needle towards your desires? What is that one thing you're going to do that's going to move it today? I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about whatever. And even if it's 10 o'clock at night that you're doing this, I want you to think about what's that one thing you're going to do right now that's going to move that needle for you.
Beautiful.
But that is our strategies to walk away with grace and ease. Thank you, listeners. Thank you for today. Thank you, Moira. Thank you, Internet. But thank you, everyone, for leaning in and being part of our world. And don't forget to enter the competition.
Definitely.
You've got to be in it to win it. Isn't that a saying? I'm sure there must be a saying like that. You've got to be in it to win it.
Yep.
That's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Strategies to walk away with grace and ease. That's us now. We're walking away with grace and ease.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, dear listeners. Thanks, Debs. Bye.
Thank you for tuning into Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, where the mission is to help listeners unlock their full potential and thrive, not just survive. As the episode comes to a close, they trust you've gained some powerful insights. If you haven't already, take a moment to reflect on one key takeaway that you'll apply right away. Before we wrap things up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from you. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how you're putting your insights into action. Thanks for listening, and remember to keep thriving.